Dear diarrhea full of shit. Just play along with me, myself, and I. No one else. Yo, 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 I'm so legit. Went to the grocery store today to get some, healthy fruits and vegetables. Next week is just going to be kind of a mild week, But I've decided I'm going to start eating oatmeal as well. That's something you should just be eating every day. Like I said, I've fallen off the wagon, but a person needs to have an exercise, regime that they follow, and a diet that they follow. But I need to make sure that, number one, I give my body enough protein so my muscles don't cannibalize. Number two, I give my body enough fuel to use as energy. And number three, the brain needs fuel. That's a high fuel burning organ, So, I just need to do things right. That's all. But on the way back, I stopped by a roach coach, because it's going to be my last, real food basically for the next, 6 or 7 weeks. And, or at least 6, I guess. I got me I pronounce it gyro, or I pronounced it gyro, but I guess it's actually pronounced gyro or gyro, depending. And it's lamb meat and onions, tomatoes, lettuce, and what looks like sour cream, but I think it's actually yogurt in a thick, soft, fluffy tortilla. And it's muchos goodios. And I also got some fried Oreos. They take an Oreo, dip it in batter, and fry it. So it looks like a hush puppy, but there's like a soft Oreo in the middle. I'm going to suggest to them next time I go there, which will be 6 weeks from now at least, to put fried Twinkies on the menu. And I would like to also try fried Spam. Maybe a fried peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That might be good. I don't have a deep fat fryer, but I guess it wouldn't hurt to have one. I notice I got 2 views on, or I got 1 view on one video and 1 on another. I take it that was you, fucko, because of the whole dump truck thing. You are my property. I own you whether I want you or not. How's life treating you? Other than being head over heels with somebody who lives halfway across the country and doesn't want to have anything to do with you. So, but that must be nice. Falling asleep with me on your mind every fucking night. Wow. Well, I can't, stop you from being a fucking idiot. I tried to set up a new account for Instagram, and as expected, it was fucking fail at every turn. So I tried to go about it using it won't let you do the phone number. It just says, I forget what it said, but basically it's like, we can't do this. And like I said, Instagram and TikTok and what used to be Twitter until Elon Musk bought it, which I'm not even surprised that it was even for sale. I thought that was their baby. That's how they spread propaganda. How's that even possible? But anyway, all these people are, in cahoots with each other. And, I think it's kind of a case of all hands on deck trying to redo, their golden child, royal fuck up, that they came out with recently. Because like I said, you're dealing with a new breed. I'm not talking shit. These people are fucking stupid, spoiled, ignorant. They might be smart, but they just, that's what they came up with, The only way you could have fucked up the, show a German soldier from 1943 is if it was a fucking Jew. You know what I mean? And like I said, there's one particular people who are the bad people. Then there's a group of people who are rock stars, all stars. Then there's a second group of people shortly after them who are kind of like, hey, they the OGs. We got the rock stars. Well, we got the enemies. Okay, we have Legion. And then we have the rock stars, the OGs. Occasionally you might get some of the Asian persuasion. And I didn't see any Eskimos or anything like that. But I guess you've got the three. But anyway, dear online family friends, I'm sure you're up to speed. You've probably, you saw it. Or maybe you didn't. It's like, it is not an exaggeration whatsoever when I say current year society is, at least, there's normal people who live in it, which, like I said, that's why we're going to win, because it's just so blatantly just ludicrous. But as far as, society is kind of in general, it is a literal episode of The Simpsons and or South Park or an old school version of Saturday Night Live. Probably not now. I haven't seen Saturday Night Live in like 100 years. But, it used to be funny. But I think it might be a case of, kind of all hands on deck, so they're losing some functionality, on the rest of the sites and whatnot. So I don't know. Maybe it's just my phone. I don't know. But so I tried the email, and it said, we sent you a verification code. So I said, it's like, okay, well, we're at least going to step 2. It didn't shut me down to step 1. No. Not working. Okay. But then when I tried to enter my email, go to that email, it fucking failed. I didn't type in anything wrong. Not a fucking word or number or letter or nothing. And I got the red box, error, wrong, password, whatever. So I just, I thought about doing the recovery email thing, but I thought, you know what, I'm just going to start completely over. So I crossed that out, wrote next to it the words fail now, because I keep track of all that shit. Now, I don't know if that, maybe because I didn't sign into it, at least once every 30 days, maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. Maybe that's something they do, the internet gods, to keep the airways clean, for lack of a better word. I'm just making this up. Seems like that could be a thing, maybe. Although I have a Yahoo account. I haven't logged into it, in a while, but in the past, I have logged into it, after several months of not logging into it, and it didn't, fail. That's why I write that shit down. Capital, if it's a capital, I'll draw a line under it so I don't get confused or whatever. If it's a 0, I'll put the line through it so I know it's a 0. If it's a 1, I'll draw the line underneath and the little check mark up top, so I don't think it's a capital I or some fucking shit like that. It just, that's what, when I encounter stupid fucking shit like that, I'll either say out loud or in my mind, self-driving crypto. How come my car won't start? And how come I can't access my money? And it's only going to get worse, because it's a new breed of people. It's a younger generation who think differently. Like I said in another audio presentation, even if you have a high IQ, your IQ is stupid. Your IQ is your IQ. It is not the IQ of that geriatric dinosaur over there. So your, technical shit and solutions and anything and everything that comes from your mind is going to be a shallow, diluted, distracted, woke, idealist, agenda, propaganda, horse shit. And like I said, just the physical act. You know, if you took this guy, this geriatric dinosaur, and you said, you know, here, solve this problem. And you took this guy over here, this 20-something, you know, the geriatric dinosaur is going to come up with the most logical, shortest path to the answer. The guy in his 20s is going to be like, well, first we got to do this, and then you set that up, and then this does this, and then what you do is you take this over here, and then you got this, so if you have to do this, and you offer this, that, and the other. And he comes up with this whole fucking clusterfuck of bullshit. Right? Wicked smart, high IQ like a motherfucker. But it's his fucking IQ. His 140 IQ is completely different than his 140 IQ. Period. I'm not wrong. You can disagree. But you're wrong. So that's kind of how things are at. You know, like that Louis Rossman guy talking about, you know, again, another one of these diluted fucks, you know, delivery dude, probably got earbuds in his ear, rang the doorbell goes ding dong. What he heard is, hey bro, why don't you take a rope and do something with it, bro? Went back to the, you know, office, you know, cried about it. And this dude had a smart house, so they shut his house down. I don't remember why they did that, you know, but the guy called him up, you know, told him the truth, and the motherfucker copped an attitude with him, you know. So, you know, didn't like his job, you know, as the manager of Domino's Pizza, you know, so he got, you know, jumped ship and, you know, got a job as a service tech phone answerer person at Smart Houses R Us and Incorporated. You know, this is who you're fucking dealing with. You got, you know, tires literally just falling off of airplanes. You got, like, my sister, for example, you know, got a tire changed and they forgot to put the spare tire back. So when she said that, the first thing my dad said, he said it, not me. He said, I can believe it. So the story the Cool Breeze told about forgetting to put the oil in. We're a diluted and distracted nation, which is why we're going to win ultimately, you know, boys and girls. It's just we got to deal with this bullshit until finally people get tired of it. So, but anyway, I digress. So I decided to set up a brand new email, and I went to type that in, and it said we can only allow you to, you know, try so many times to protect our community or whatever. So somehow they knew, because it was a completely different email. So they must have, you know, grabbed my IP address, you know, from the cloud or whatever. You know, so they knew it was a different email, but they knew it was coming from the same source, which I guess makes sense. If my email, you know, would have worked, you know, maybe, you know, it would have worked out. And that's the only thing I can come up with, because like I said, I wrote it down nice and clear. I write down even all the little auxiliary shit, you know, like when I said my birthday was, and, you know, my name, you know, and all that stuff. I keep track of all that shit. I did not enter a fucking thing wrong. And it said, sorry. So I'll try it again next week. That should be enough time for it to cool down, you know, reset, you know. Like if I was to go try it right now, I'd probably say sorry. But maybe you got to wait 12 to 24 hours, right? Whatever, so. And this brand new email that I made, you know. So I guess that's just the thing, you know. And, you know, maybe they shut those emails down to keep the bandwidth clear. You know, fine, I'll buy that. Maybe that makes sense, you know, whatever. I mean, whatever it is, you know, you should, well, it's like saying goes, if you don't use it, you lose it. So, you know, like my mirroring image on my option, you know, my phone on my TV. I haven't done that in several months. Yank the TV off the wall and put it on the chair and do all that shit because I'm so lonely and pathetic. But still, once a month, I will, you know, log that in, for lack of a better word. So I guess that's what a person needs to do, you know. Once a month, you got to unplug your router and all that and wait 20 seconds and plug it back in. Why that works and what it does, I don't know. But same thing with your phone. You should, you know, clear it, you know, once a month. But then, of course, you got to re-log into everything and stuff. But it's just kind of the, you know, the nature of the beast, you know, if you want to keep it running smooth. But that's what's up. So anyway.